Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is April 4th, 2024, and Hansi Flick is reportedly willing to wait for Barcelona. Also, the club are currently tracking Mikel Merino from Real Sociedad. And finally, Julian Araujo is in line to earn a first team spot next season. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kickback. If you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. Both links for kickback and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now, I know I'm bringing you this video live, but it's because I've been at work all day. I had a very long day at work, so I wasn't able to film, edit, and upload. So this is why I'm doing this video live. It's not a podcast, so I'm not going to be addressing the comment section or the chat section live. I'm just going to be bringing the news, and we'll do the podcast another day. But let's start with the news because it's reported that Hansi Flick is reportedly willing to wait for Barcelona. Now, Hansi Flick has been sitting in pole position for quite some time to replace Xavi Hernandez as Barcelona's next manager because the viability or the feasibility or the ease that Barcelona would be able, or the ease that Barcelona would have in bringing Hansi Flick to the club, because Flick wants to come to Barcelona. He's a free agent. Barcelona would not have to pay any release clauses or anything like that. And of course, because Hansi Flick is accepting of Barcelona's terms, which is that there is no money, so no big signing is going to be made. And also, he is willing to work strictly with La Masia players. So Hansi Flick has been sitting in pole position for quite some time for all those reasons. But as of late, nothing has happened in the Hansi Flick situation because, as you know by now, Laporta and Rafa Yuste are very in favor of trying to convince Xavi Hernandez to stay and try to get him to reverse his situation or his decision to leave. But for now, Xavi is insisting that he will leave at the end of the season. Now, despite Laporta not acting on the signing of Flick, and despite Laporta wanting to wait until the end of the season to see if he can convince Xavi to stay, it's reported that the German coach is willing to wait for Barcelona for as long as possible because he is desperate. He dreams of coming to Barcelona. He wants to be the Barcelona's next coach. He dreams of leading this project, of building this project from the ground up. And he is very excited about the possibility of coaching some of our youngsters like Lamine Yamal, Kouarsi, Hector Fort, you name it, and given Hansi Flick's excitement and desire to become Barcelona's next coach, he is willing to wait for Barcelona as long as possible, and he is not wanting to commit to any other club because, again, he wants to wait for the Blaugrana club. Now, meanwhile, while he's waiting, Hansi Flick is hard at work. It's reported that he is still watching Barcelona matches. He's still watching Barcelona tapes. He's still analyzing every match that Barcelona plays, writing down on a notebook what the team needs to improve, what kind of strategies he would implement in order to see a better performance out of the team. He is also improving both his Spanish and English. That way, language is not a barrier between him and his player and the prospect players or prospective players. And of course, it's something that Flick has been doing for quite some time. I've talked about in previous videos how Flick has been taking Spanish classes ever since he found out he was in the running to replace Xavi Hernandez. We all know about that trip that he made to England, where he sat down with Pep Guardiola in order to discuss Barcelona, in order to discuss tactics, etc. But Hansi Flick wanting to come to Barcelona and meanwhile putting in the work because, again, he is very, very excited about the possibility of being the next coach. Now, speaking of prospects, it's reported that Barcelona are currently tracking up close the situation of Mikel Merino. Now, if you don't know who Mikel Merino is, he's a 27-year-old center midfielder who currently plays at the Real Sociedad. He is kind of a box-to-box midfielder. He's described as someone who has good tactical intelligence. He has good ball delivery, and he has physical power. So he's kind of a in between a defensive midfielder and a pivot. Someone who is physical like a defensive midfielder, but can also distribute the ball like a pivot. So kind of like a good hybrid that Barcelona have actually been tracking for quite some time. In fact, Barcelona tried to sign Mikel Merino back when Ronald Koeman was the Barcelona coach. But unfortunately, because of the club situation, financial situation, this signing never materialized. But now Barcelona are back tracking Mikel Merino because the player is currently not renewing his contract with Real Sociedad, which this could present itself as a good opportunity for Barcelona to make this signing happen. Now, Mikel Merino has a market value of around 50 million euros. He has a release clause of around 60 million euros. However, his contract expires in the summer of 2025. And since he's not renewing as of now, then the summer of this upcoming summer could be Real Sociedad's last chance to make money off the sale of Mikel Merino. Otherwise, they risk him leaving as a free agent the following summer. So this could be a good opportunity for Barcelona to swoop in and try to sign Mikel Merino. It's reported that they could probably sign him around 25, maybe 30 million euros, because again, he would be entering his last year of contract. But of course, all of this depends on Mikel Merino not renewing his contract with Real Sociedad, which as of now, he's not doing. But of course, until the summer transfer market, a lot of things could happen. Now, we will end today's video by talking about Julian Araujo, who is reportedly in line to earn a spot on the first team for the upcoming season. Now, Barcelona signed Julian Araujo in the winter of 2023. They were unable to register him, so he spent that second half of that season just practicing, just training with Barca Athletic without being able to play a single minute. In the summer, Barcelona sent him out on loan to Las Palmas with no option or obligation to buy. And ever since, Barcelona have been tracking him very closely to see how he grows, how he develops, how he adjusts to the first division of La Liga, because he did come from the MLS. So it's a huge jump in skill. But ever since Julian Araujo was sent on loan, he's been doing better and better. Barcelona are very happy with his growth, with his development. And in fact, Bojan Krkic, the person at the club who's in charge of tracking the players who are on loan, has gone to multiple matches through the season to watch Julian Araujo play with Las Palmas. And it's reported that Barcelona are still very, very happy with his performance. And as such, they are seriously considering keeping him on the first team for the upcoming season. Now, at the minimum, Julian Araujo will participate in preseason, kind of like Alex Valle, who we talked about in yesterday's video. So Julian Araujo will for sure participate in the preseason. If he can continue his great level that he's at right now through the rest of the season and through the preseason, then Barcelona could for sure use him in the right position for the upcoming season, especially since we are uncertain about the future of Joao Cancelo and Jules Koundé. We know that Barcelona will sign Cancelo. However, Manchester City want to transfer him They want a permanent transfer, which Barcelona cannot afford. They can only afford to extend Joao Cancelo's loan. So there's a possibility of Cancelo not staying at Barcelona. There's also Jules Koundé, who PSG are very interested in, and who Barcelona are open to hearing offers. So given the uncertainty of the futures of Jules Koundé and Joao Cancelo, they can even open the door wider for Julian Araujo to earn his spot on the first team. But of course, it will all depend how he ends the season and how he does in the preseason. Anyways, that is all the news for tonight. Thank you for watching. Please drop a comment down below, giving your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. Also, if you like the video, please hit the like button. And finally, please subscribe to the channel so you can get current all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.